Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. Bombers' first game of the year, and oh boy, yeah, this is a rough one. This is a bad start. Bad start. I don't even know what to say about this. This was just pathetic. It really was. There really was not much good in this game. It just wasn't our day, man. Just was not good. So a few things. Number one, I want to know what your guys' thoughts is on the new intro that I'm using as of this year. Edited it together just recently, and I quite like it. I think it's a big improvement over the last stuff we had. So just kind of want to know your thoughts on that. Secondly, credit to Alouette Central on Instagram for the pre-intro today. I'm sure he had just an absolutely fantastic time editing that together. Wish I had that, but it is what it is. We're going to have to get through today in what was just a bad game. This was the worst Bomber game I've seen in a while. It is what it is. Before the game started, Adam Bighill's still out, not in the lineup. Is what it is. For those not aware exactly of all the lineup changes of this team compared to last year, decent amount of changes. Murray Houston gone. Guys like Hardrick gone, Gray gone. Cam Lawson got injured in the preseason, so Fox is playing in his place. Haba's playing in the Jeffcoat position. Then in place of Jeff Gray is Liam Dobson. I actually thought that he did quite well there, despite the fact that the team didn't do so well. And then I thought on the right tackle position where Yoshi Hardrick that was where Eric Lofton was playing today. But going into the pregame, Bighill's still out. But then the grandiose entrances to the field for the home opener. So yeah, fun, special. This is before everything went straight to hell. They did done the national anthem as well as they did a commemoration. This is, I believe, the 80th anniversary of D-Day. So thank you to all those who made the ultimate sacrifice and for giving us, the privilege and to live in the best country in the world. So thank you to all those in the armed forces, first responders, everyone, all that sort of stuff, and all the stuff that those brave men did that day. So, just wanted to have that in there. I felt like that was important to talk about. 80th anniversary of D-Day. Alouettes would win the coin toss. Unfortunately, they won a lot more than that, but their winning started at the very start of this game. So, it is what it is. Going into the first quarter, Bombers would go 2-and-out to start. Not ideal. Boy, what an understatement. I'm looking through my notes through the whole game. Just ugly. There'd be an illegal block on the punt return against the Alouettes. Would work in the favor of the Bombers. Claros would then get sacked early in the first quarter. And then the Bombers right then and there, 2 straight 2-and-outs. Just not a good way to start this game. And it didn't get much better as the game went on. It really didn't. There'd be a great punt by Sheehan, but pretty much bad coverage by everyone else. Now, not every one of these would have bad coverage, but I will say for all the guys that I thought played a bad game, I thought that Sheehan was one of the few guys who played a really good game. Sheehan was a guy who I really was not crazy about last year. I was not really that impressed by him. I just felt like a lot of kicks were not going according to plan. However, this game, he was zoned in. He was great from start to finish. I just wish we didn't have to use him as much as we did, because if you're punting the ball, it means the offense ain't moving anywhere. But then Brian Cole would finally get the not get the offense. He would finally get the crowd going for something. He'd get an interception.
Get to him, get to him, get to him, get to him. Oh, he got him there. Yeah! There we go. Shut it down, boys. Go. Yeah! Woo! Good stuff. Let's go. Yeah! There we go.
So, excellent interception. That'd be the first interception of the preseason, of the regular season for the CFL. Glad it wasn't the other way, but then again, I wish the game was the other way, so it doesn't really matter that much. But then Chris Streveler goes in. Immediate pop when Chris Streveler goes in. It had been a while since Chris Streveler had worn the blue and gold in the regular season game, and so the fans were very, very, very hyped to see him, and he would get it done in the short yardage. So here you go.
Come on, Streveler! Come on, keep going! Push! Push! Yeah! First down! Let's go! That away, Streveler! That away!
Streveler gets it done, and overall, Streveler played pretty well. And it was one of those things where the guys who had the best games were the guys who had kind of were on the field not very often. Obviously, Sheehan was on the field a lot for a punter, but, punting is, it's once every blue moon here and there, but it is what it is. Castillo would hit the field goal. That would put the Bombers up 3-0. Wish he hit the other ones. We'll get to that, though. Then Bombers get going. Mitchell fumbles it on the punt return. Al's ball. Oh, you got to hold on to that. O'Shea tries challenging this for no yards. And I understand why he challenges this in the sense of it is close. But the challenge fails and we lose a timeout. Based on everything I saw on the replay, I'm not going to lie, I actually agree with the call. I don't think it was no yards. I think it was close, but not quite. It is what it is. And then Tyson Philpott gets the Alouettes on the board with the touchdown.
Take him down, take him down, take him down, take him down. Oh, he missed it. Damn it.
Philpott with the touchdown. The convert is good. 7-3 Alouettes in the first quarter. And then at this point, I note down Calaire's throwing is off today, man. Like, he's throwing low. He's missing throws. Calaire's had possibly his worst game as a Blue Bomber today. It was not good. It was not good. It was rough. And so, but am I concerned about Calaire's in terms of his capabilities? No. Every quarterback that's an excellent quarterback is going to have a game where they just play bad. It just happens. Unfortunate that it's happening when it is, but I'll put it this way: better happening now than happening come playoffs. So hopefully this is a kick in the ass, a reminder to the boys that we are not invincible. Absolutely not. So it's time to play the game. That's how it is, as Triple H, as Motorhead would say for Triple H's theme. It is what it is. But then Celestin Haba would get the sack to end the first quarter. So even though not a great first quarter, at least ending it with sack, ending it with a positive note. Going into the second quarter, there'd be a no yards penalty against the Bombers. And this was a bad penalty to take because it wasn't even close to 5 yards. I don't even know what we were doing here. You gotta, guys, just stay 5 yards back. And it's not even like it was 4.5. He gave him 2-3 yards at most. That's just an undisciplined penalty, basically. There would be coincidental penalties, which would result in an automatic first down for the Alouettes. Alouettes really start pushing, and then the Alouettes would get themselves a touchdown. They would convert on that, making it 14-3 Alouettes. Ouch. Bombers finally get a bit of offense. Streveler had done really, really well tonight in the it's funny, I know I've been talking about a lot of things that are good, but trust me, there really wasn't that many. I'm just trying to highlight the few things that can make me happy from this eternal sea of depression that was this game. And Streveler was doing really well in the short yardage. It's unfortunate we didn't get to use him more in the sense of that there are many times that we didn't even get close enough, so we just have to punt it, but, I digress. Passing game finally starts to get going, and right as Calaire's goes to make a throw into the end zone, Decoy picks it off.
Zach Calaire's.
as the
we're going bold.
as the dictionary.
Showing the intended receiver, there was pressure on Zach Collaros.
It has
Decoy with the pick for the Alouettes. And, man, just a real bummer. But it is what it is. Defense playing pretty decent for the Bombers. Offense pushing a little bit. It is what it is. Castillo then goes for a 37-yard field goal and misses it.
That's good.
Damn it, he missed.
What?
Wide left.
Oh my God. That was good.
Nope.
This will be Castillo's first of a few missed field goals tonight. Misses it from 37 yards out. Bombers get a safety, making this 14-5 for the Alouettes going into halftime. Collaros had missed 4 touchdown throws going into halftime, and we were down 14-5. Just not good. Third quarter. There'd be some good defense to start, and then the Alouettes would take a holding penalty. Liam Dobson here, I want to highlight this, has an incredible block for Nick Dembski. However, Nick Dembski fumbles the ball, so it unfortunately does not matter.
No! Go! Get a block up for him. That way, Dobson! There we go! No! Stop dropping the ball!
I was worried because he was holding it one hand.
Is what it is in that regard. Sometimes that's how it goes. The Alouettes would get a huge throw down for Tyler Sneed, and they would really just the Alouettes throwing game from start to finish of this game was really good. And I mean, obviously their defense was complete shutdown as we just couldn't get anything. It was a combination of them being shut down and us just being missing throws bad. But they did a really good job at any time our guy actually did make the catch. Their guy was right there. There was no hesitation. There was no second to maybe try to make a move on him. He was just on him. And they really burned us on that. They showed up, they played their game to the best of their abilities, and we just didn't at all. Cote would then hit an 18-yard field goal kick for the Alouettes, making this 17-5 for Montreal. Then Collaros goes for the handoff on Oliveira. Miscommunication. Just, I don't know what happens. They almost drop it, almost fumbling it. Yikes. Just a calamity of errors in this game. Then the Alouettes would punt it through the end zone, and they get themselves a single, making this 18-5 for the Alouettes. Go back and forth just a bit, and then there'd be an illegal block on the punt return. I believe this is for the Bombers here. Yes, that's what it was. And then there'd be a big run for Chris Streveler. Again, Streveler played well when he was in the game, but it's one of those things where the guys who did the best in this game are the players with the most minimized roles, which means that there was less margin. There was less opportunities for failure that was noticed, but But then at this point, Collaros is in the pocket, makes a move, and Reggie Stubbleton just misses on the sack and gets hurt, and he actually needs the cart onto the field. I write that I hope he's okay, although any of those, I believe it was on Twitter, Reggie Stubbleton reached out saying that this actually ended his season, which is just, I feel bad for him. There's some people that don't feel bad because when he made the tackle on the ankles of Streveler, he kind of gave it a little bit of a twist, which you really shouldn't do. But I'd never hope for anyone's season to come to an end with an injury. That's just sucks. And so best of luck to him on his recovery. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's one of those things where even if you feel like someone wronged you this or that, I think hoping ill will on them is not. I don't think that's healthy. It is what it is. So hopefully he has a safe recovery. Goes into the fourth quarter. Castillo misses another kick, and we grab a single. 18-6 Alouettes. Just the person near us actually had a sign for Castillo, and I felt so bad because I felt bad for Castillo. At one point, he missed a kick, and he was starting to get a little bit booed, which I can't bring myself to do that to him. Like, he's such a good person. He was on one of our interviews on Canadian Football Central. So make sure to check that out. But it just wasn't his night, and it's not like the rest of the team was really playing. So I'm not that butthurt over it. There'd be a face mask call, and against the Bombers, I strongly, from everything I saw from the angle that they showed in the stadium, from the play that I saw, I didn't think he was anywhere near the face mask. Now, O'Shea doesn't challenge this. I don't think he doesn't challenge this because he's not convinced that it is a face mask. I think it is, but he had already failed a challenge earlier that night. And it was one of those things, he had one timeout left. If he screws up that challenge, this could seriously affect if the Bombers are able to make this game close and they need that timeout to stop the clock. Like, you need that. So I think he was just, the risk reward just wasn't there based on the fact that a call had already not went his way. Cote would then hit a 21-yard field goal, make it 21-6 for the Alouettes. And then at this point, I'm writing, like, Alouettes defense is just being completely shut down. They're not letting anything in. And then Tyson Philpott for the Alouettes with the catch, runs it up for an Alouettes touchdown.
Oh my God.
Fajardo to Philpott for the Montreal touchdown.
Touchdown for the Alouettes. Convert is not good, 27-6 for the Alouettes. And at this point, it looks like the Bombers are just in complete free fall. They are just falling apart. Nothing is just going our way. The effort is not ideal. The Alouettes are all over them. It just, yikes. There would be a illegal block on the punt return for the Alouettes. And then at this point, goes to commercial break. And the Bombers, I hate how we play Sweet Caroline in the fourth quarter, no matter what the score in the game is. Like, that's you do that when you're up by 21, not when you're down by 21. Because I write down here, Sweet Caroline, where we're down by 21, we are serenading our own collapse. Yep, that's exactly what it is. That's why if we're up by 21, if we're up by 30, whatever the hell it is, I will gladly sing Sweet Caroline in the stadium. If we're down like this, nope, not a word out of me. Seriously, not happening. They haven't earned it. And this is when I'm getting really frustrated because the Alouettes offense starts to get so predictable, and I can't blame them in this. I can't blame Montreal for this. Like, if I'm looking here, they throw to Philpott every time, yet we still don't effing learn. They threw to Philpott so many times near the end of that game, and I can't blame them. We weren't doing anything about it. We had no one on him. He was wide open, and we weren't constantly was getting yards on us. Just didn't seem to learn. Bombers would then get a little flash of offense, and this is when the Alouettes are playing conservative here. The Alouettes, their linebackers are just worried about that long ball, and they're trying to force the Bombers to essentially go for these smaller plays to do a few things. Number one, eat up clock. Number two, not allow the Bombers to get back into the game quick, in the sense of if the Bombers are going to get a touchdown, they're going to have to eat up a ton of clock before they get it because they're not able to go for the long ball because all three linebackers are playing back. And so that's what they did. We would have pushed it down. We would get ourselves a touchdown, though. Johnny Augustine in the end zone.
Come on, Johnny! Yeah! There we go! Hallelujah! It's about buddy time. There we go! Let's go in the front. Playing in the background. Disappointed brother!
Johnny Augustine with the touchdown for the Bombers. Again, Augustine played well in the bit that he played at the end, but it's one of those things where if Johnny Augustine has your only touchdown, yikes. That means that unless either Oliveira got injured or you're playing both Oliveira and Augustine, or it means that you're losing by so much that you're resting Oliveira and you're putting Augustine in. And in that case, that's what it was. Then Castillo goes for the convert, misses another kick. It's just not anyone's night, apparently. 27 to 12 Al's. And this is where he gets booed a little bit. And that's where I was kind of... I wouldn't boo him, but it's not good. There'd be a no yards penalty against the Montreal Alouettes, but it doesn't matter because that's the end of the game. Final score, 27 to 12 for the Alouettes. We got to move on from this game. We're playing Ottawa next week. Ottawa's... There's no excuse for not winning that game. And we cannot get caught up on this game. This is one of those things where Montreal came to play. It showed. They got the win. They deserved the win. They earned the win. And now I understand that the Bombers have been one of the top teams in the league in these past few years. Are they capable of being that? Absolutely. Absolutely. But when you get absolutely dismantled by the other team in the running, it sends a message. It does. And so the Bombers need to stop thinking that they are on the mountain looking down at everyone else. And they need to start thinking about how to climb back up and reclaim their throne. Because the thing is that they had those 2 Grey Cups. They've made it to the Grey Cup final 4 times in a row. But they lost the last 2. If they want to get back there, they got to play like they haven't won a Grey Cup in another 30 years. That's how they got to play. Tonight, I didn't see it. I think the fact that we rested so many guys for so much time in the preseason is a bit of a factor. But then at the same time, there are also guys that got injured in the preseason for not just our team, but a variety of teams. So I understand it at the same time. All that means is that come game 2, there's no excuse. So Bombers got to get back in the film room. They got to get back in practice, and they got to wake up and they got to get going. This team is capable of it. And so, yeah. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments section down below. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you had not already. Subscribe to Canadian Football Central for league-wide CFL coverage. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.